Yo, we are way more capable than what we actually give ourselves credit for. God has never given us anything that we can't manage. You are destined for greatness. You were built to be an overcomer. Hey YouTube, I'm Tavain, but you guys can call me T. For those who don't know, I struggle with depression, but I've never let my depression stop me from becoming the person who God has created me to be. We tend to forget that we are more capable than we give ourselves credit for. Yo, remember when Moses sent those 12 spies to scout out the land? And 10 of them came back and said, yo, there's giants in the land. We are grasshoppers to them. Yo, we tend to think that, yo, our problems are bigger than us. But we forget to realize that, yo, God has never given us anything that we can't manage. Yo, only 2 out of those 12 spies said God was with us. And even if our problems are bigger than us, even if our problems are giants compared to us, David used a slingshot and a pebble to defeat a giant. Meaning, yo, the small faith within us can overcome our big problems. God has never given us anything that we can't manage. We tend to forget that. I don't know why that. We tend to forget that. Yo, we should just all focus. Because, yo, we should focus on God. Let me say that. We should focus on God. Because, yo, the moment you focus on God, your problem seems so small. Your problem seems like it is the grasshopper and you are the giant. We've never given anything that we can't manage. We are able to adapt and overcome everything. The human body, the brain, matter of fact, let me speak about the brain. The brain was made to adapt and overcome. No matter what struggles we face, no matter what trial we go through, we are able to adapt and overcome. But some of us nerve ourselves. Some of us believe that, yo, this is too hard for us to do. Yo, in the gym, you can't keep pushing the same weight each and every week. Your muscles will never grow. You have to keep upping the intensity. Yo, to get this, just my bicep dog, to get this, you think I went into the gym every week and was curling at 10? No, bro. Yo, it started at a 10. Sometimes I was looking around seeing people with the same physique as me curling 30. And where am I now? I'm curling that 30. I remember when I used to bench press a 25 place down each. And I see a next guy that was as skinny as me, or probably slightly buffer than me. That man was benching a 45 on each. Bro, you know how I felt? I felt discouraged, dog. I'm like, damn. And the more I kept on putting in the work, the more I keep upping the intensity. Yo, back then I couldn't try loading a 45 onto the bar because I would have squashed myself. But the more I kept on showing up and putting in the work, the more I can do. You know how much I do now? I bench press a 50 on each. And probably if I want to go up, I can go up. But I'm not pushing it. Yo, because of repeated action, because of repeated work, you're going to see that you're way capable than you actually give yourself credit for. I'm not just to say, oh, go and do something you've never done before and you'll be an expert on it. No. Because if you fail, you'll be discouraged from trying again. You have to show up constantly and do the work. It's not every trial that comes in your way you'll be able to defeat on the first time, but that doesn't mean that you should shy away from the challenge the second time. You are destined for greatness. You were built to be an overcomer. You have to show up each and every day. Because, yo, even the failures are wins. The failures teach you way much more than actual winnings. Yo, I've lost a lot in my life and I've learned so much. That is the reason why I can come up on camera and speak. I don't let my problems be bigger than me. If I kept on being defeated by my problems, or if I kept on looking at my problems like giant, I could have never done anything. I would not be here right now. Because each and every day that depressive wave hit me, I would have been like, I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. But I know that the work has to be done. I know that I have to show up constantly. I know that I am way bigger than this depression. I'm way bigger than this addiction. I'm way bigger than all my problems. So I show up and do the work. I know that I was created in the image of God, and God is able to do anything. So I am able to do anything because I was created in the image of God. You were created in the image of God, so you are able to do anything. You are able to overcome anything that comes in your way. But we tend to forget that and shy away from the fight. We tend to shy away from the challenges and the adversaries. When Goliath was attacking Israel, the soldiers hid away. Big grown men with swords and armor hid away. And it was a small child like David that showed up and defeated the giant with a pebble and a slingshot. I don't think that David just did it without actual practicing. David was wrestling against bears and lions. David had practice. I'm sure David failed before, but he kept on showing up over and over. You think David learned how to load the slingshot at the same time? Have you ever even fired a slingshot? Those ain't easy to fire, dog. He didn't show up one time and load that and it just fire off. That man failed countless times. I'm sure that man even misfired. But it was because of repeated action. It was due to him building up his confidence. You think David would go and fight Goliath without knowing that, I'm going to give you two, without knowing that he was able to do it because of repeated action? And that was due to him building up his confidence, fighting against lions and bears. And to me, a lion and a bear is way scarier than a giant. And the next reason is because David knows that God is always beside him. God is always there with him. So why do we tend to forget that God is always there with us? Why do we tend to not believe that he's around us, he's helping us? So when those Goliaths come in our way, are coming to our paths, we tend to shy away. We tend to flee like those grown men in the armies. We are way more capable than what we actually give ourselves credit for. We are able to do way much more than we actually think that we can do. Bro, last year, November, I started this channel. I always knew that, I would eventually reach to 100 subscribers, but I never knew when. Bro, and I'm at 98 right now. 98 is my favorite number, other than 9 and 19. But it's my favorite number because in Hebrew, 9s mean truth. 9 means truth. Everything has to pass through 9. And 8 is the symbol of infinity. So when you put the 9 and the 8 together, infinite truth, or truth infinite truth. And one of the ways I interpret that is, you can only gain infinite possibility by knowing the truth of God. If I didn't go through my obstacles, if I didn't face my trials, I would not know that. I wouldn't even know God, bro. And it was because I chose to show up each and every day. I chose to not let my problems bigger than me. I know that I am way more capable than what I give myself credit for. Some of the days, a lot of days, I don't praise myself. A lot of days, people aren't gonna praise you either. When I hit 100 subscribers, I'm planning to drop Be The Beast, dog. And I'm heading straight back to work. Because I know that, there's gonna be more challenges that comes my way. I still have not become that person who is the beast. And for those who don't know, the beast is the version of you that can face any obstacle, any challenges, any adversaries without crumbling under pressure. I still have times that, I step back, but I still rise again because I know, say it with me, God is there with me. I know God is there putting a hand on my shoulder, keep telling me to keep on going, keep pushing me. I know that I am way bigger than my problems, and I know that I am destined for greatness, and I will succeed in anything that I set my mind to. You are destined for greatness, and you will succeed in anything you set your mind to. But you must stop making your problems seem bigger than you, or you won't take a risk. You won't actually try to do something worthwhile. You won't actually try to do something fulfilling. Out of those 12 spies, 10 of them focus only on the problem. But the other two wanted to take the risk to actually fight the giants. But the other 10 said no. The other 10 spoke about, yo, there's giants in the land, this and that. Oh, we're too afraid. And what happened? They never got to enter the promised land. If you are afraid to take a risk, if you are afraid of your problems, you're afraid of overcoming them, or you're just shy, you don't want to face them, you'll never actually see the success that you're able to make. And you will stay the same version of yourself. You will stay average and mediocre. You will never actually see your full potential. Yo, some of us just needs to open our eyes and see how powerful we are. Because we are genuinely powerful. Yo, if God can do anything, why can't we? We were created in the image of God, dog. Yo, we should not keep making our problems bigger than us. We should not letting that little adversary stop us from actually keep on pushing that obstacle, stop us from going around it. Yo, we should keep on focusing. Yo, we should keep pushing. Keep knowing that, yo, all of our problems can be defeated with a little faith. Faith as small as a mustard seed. And yo, you see something about a mustard seed? Let me just change my angle. You see something about a mustard seed? It is so small, but once it catches, it just spreads. That's what it means by a faith. But that's what it means by faith of a mustard seed. You have a small faith, and the more you believe, your faith just grows. Yo, genuinely, when I started this, when I started posting, yo, the work was so hard to do. I didn't even know when I would get here. And now that I'm so close to 100, it's like, damn. And I showed up constantly and did the work. Your problems aren't bigger than you, dog. You are way more powerful than your problems. We give our problems too much credit when we should be giving ourselves credit. Stop focusing on your problems. Stop making them bigger than how they actually are, and focus on how you can overcome them. Focus on the being that is helping you overcome your problem. But yo, that's it for the video. Peace.